Hey there, and welcome to part 4 of the Stalker Assassin. So, we're gonna continue our journey tonight. I feel like I'm pretty far ahead for part 4 of this series, but, well, why not? So, for this one, we have all grubs up, and I have it on a macro, and I wanted to go for this area. Spider Nest. Spider Nest is very easy overall with Walgrep's Toxic Radiation up, because this spell does a wonderful job in killing off all this stuff for me. But let's not get overconfident here and take it carefully, step by step. The thing about Walgreps is almost all these spiders down here are susceptible to poison, which means, yeah, this spell works like everything in my line of sight gets poisoned by while the radiance here is up. And yeah, that's basically it. And this is why this spell is so awesome for Spider Nest. Okay, I found some enchant armor, but I'm not up for enchanting this stuff right now. I don't feel like enchanting this buckler is worth the investment. So right now, just keeping the toxic radiance up and kiting away. I'm keeping my crossbow in hands because it provides me resistance to poison, but no, my gloves also do. Okay, I don't need to wield this crossbow all the time. Alright. It's very, very important, due to obvious reasons, that you need some poison resistance down here. I mean, you can finish out Spider Lair without poison resistance, but you will need a lot of curing potions, and you need to be careful too, overall, if you want to do it without. And there's my first Emperor Scorpion. That's quite troublesome to meet one that early on. That's why I kite back for now and kill those ratbacks before the Scorpion wakes up. Biggest problem about the Scorpion is he has tons of HP, and I think his armor class is not too shabby either, and I'm only running around with short blades, so overall this doesn't work too well in my opinion. So what's up with Lightning Spire? It's in 10%, awesome. So maybe I can do it with the Spire. That's the plan here. But for now, I try to avoid the spot where the Emperor Scorpion sits, just to be safe. Let's explore the rest of this floor first, so I can't get swarmed while fighting this huge baddie. And there are the orb spiders. Ouch. Wolf spiders beating me up heavily. These thingies do so much damage. But luckily, I can just sit back and regenerate back up and let the toxic radiance do the work. So I'm sitting on a ton of enchant weapon scrolls by now, which is quite good. Once I find a good weapon, I will make good use of that, but for now I don't need them. So there's this Scorpion. Let's see if we're gonna make it. Let's drop the Spire here and keep retreating. And do it like that again. Oh, that was not too cool. Let's do it like that. Just keeping the Spire up and avoiding fighting with the Emperor Scorpion on my own, because I don't feel like I would be able to kill it off. But yeah, that's why I wanted this Lightning Spire on up so badly. And I'm gonna drop these schools and jump into spell casting, and I feel like I want to focus it for now, because my spell hunger is quite high, And I intend to cast a lot more spells along the way. Disintegration, no thank you. Disintegration ones are not what they used to be. Since they check against the enemy magic resistance, I don't feel like they're too good anymore. Alright, so what's up here? A lot of spiders again. And a torpor snail slowing me down. Let's quickly escape here. Or not, I'm confused. And I got reconfused, so holy crap, I need to blink out of this. This can easily kill me off right now. Events have taken a downward turn here. So biggest problem here is this torpor snail slowing me down like crazy, while these spiders can hammer me down like they want to, but I feel like the worst part is over now. Whew. Spicy entry here. I wanted to retreat, but the Tarantellas confused me and stopped me from getting upstairs while doing so. Very, very dangerous situation. For a second I was really afraid that I'll blow myself up here for nothing. So there's a lamp of fire, but I already have one, so I don't want another one. So there's a demonic crawler. Let's put down the lightning spire and let it do the talking here. You can't poison the demonic crawlers, they're immune to that. But somehow I don't feel too confident anymore about clearing out this situation here after getting smacked by this torpor snail combo here so hard. Another demonic crawler, just like the last time. Let's drop the spire and chop it down. It's really important that I have to stand out of the line of fire of the lightning spire, because it won't shoot if it would hit me while doing so. So it's pretty important. And I feel like I want to keep this spire up and combine it with the toxic radiance, because I just noticed that I'm so frail that the spiders down here can kill me off pretty easily, so I better keep the spire up anytime. There we go. That's better. I really need to reduce the risk here by a lot. And there's some Moth of Wrath. Luckily no enemies around it. These moths can get super dangerous when they get combined with other baddies they can enrage. Ever got smacked by a enraged Emperor Scorpion? Something you don't want to see happening here. I keep my crossbow in hands because it lets me see invisible, and I feel like a lot safer against the ghost moths down here, while being able to see invisible. The ghost moths will be the biggest concern here, and I'm not sure if I'm able to finish the spider nest just like that right now. I'm not too sure yet. So let's drop a spire here. I said let's drop a spire here. Alright. Maybe it was just the torpor snail messing me up so hard against these. Overall, I feel like I'm pretty good here. But yeah. The first rune branches are always a bit concerning, especially when you're running such a frail race like I do here. But the swamp wouldn't be much easier in my opinion. Those assassin boots come in really handy overall. So let's drop a new spire while retreating. Or not. Wow. These guys are punching me so terribly hard. Wow. I don't have enough HP to survive a beating like that. And look at this. There's the next torpor snail. I'm really happy that I didn't wake it up. I could have been dead there. So overall, this is a bit too exciting down here for my taste, even with the toxic radiance. I'm not too sure if it's wise to proceed right now. So I can't carry that many items. I don't need this Wonk of Confusion anymore. I have paralysis. Let's chop down this Tarantella. Tarantella and orb spiders are the only source of clean meat spawning regularly down here. The rest of it is inedible. The other source are the wrath moths, but they don't spawn too regularly down here. Overall, you don't see too many of those. Alright. Pumping up my spellcasting also improves my HP somehow, because more magic points result in more tankiness for me due to my guardian angel intrinsic. It's pretty important to keep track of with the vine stalker, and there's my first ghost moth. Alright, so these guys are a major pain in the ass. And I can't do anything apart from shooting it, because if I would swap over to my short sword, I couldn't see it anymore. And overall, I feel like this is not going well for me. So can I paralyze it? I don't think so. Nah, no chance. Alright, so let's have a look at their resistances. Resistant to poison and cold. This means I can't safely pump it down with ice blast ones. So let's go for the acid wand. And yeah, I misplayed this with the lightning spire there, because lightning spire has one major drawback: it can't see invisible. So, but the acid wand did a decent job there. Feel like I want to pump up some evocations too. Why not? Let's set a skill target for 8. That'll be enough for now. Alright, that's Spider 2 done. One big issue down here is all the enemies down here are damn fast. So if stuff goes wrong for me, there's no chance running away for me from the situations here. And I get pumped down pretty quickly here. So what are we gonna do? Let's check. I still have a few blinking scrolls on me, so if stuff goes really bad, I can blink away still. So, oh, there's a moth. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Pretty important to get rid of it before it enters line of before the other enemies enter line of sight with it. And there's the next torpor snail. But luckily, it didn't wake up the surrounding spiders, so I can just let it come towards me and kill it off before I fiddle around with the other spiders here. Let's drop down the spire again. And there's a spark wasp. Stuff here is getting more and more serious. I'm gonna take this demonic crawler upstairs. I'm resistant to electricity, so the spark wasp is not as deadly as it could be, yet still, I'll take these beasts seriously. Everything with electricity damage in this game seriously kicks ass, to put it like that. So let's have a look at this thing. It's still susceptible to poison, so all grabs will work. Very good. Alright, we did it. And there's some artifact dagger. I'm really looking forward to that. Let's check it out if it's a good one. +9. Not bad, not bad. Although the piercing mod is not too great, but let's try it out. Well, 2-shot the rat back. One good thing about +9 weapons is they hit really regularly without having too much trouble with high evasion ratings. That's one good thing about highly enchanted unique weapons. And there's another torpor snail, but as long as my toxic radiance is up, I feel like this should be okay. Yeah, actually this dagger deals a lot of damage. Pretty surprised about it. Although I'll still have big problems with the ghost moths, since I'm not able to see invisible without my crossbow. But the last one died to the acid one pretty okay, and I want to put this dagger to my new as my new standard weapon. I feel like this is doing a lot more work than the short sword here. Although the base damage is a lot lower, but there's the first entropy weaver. These guys are really tough enemies because they can corrode on sight, which is really troublesome. But luckily I have this lightning spire going on. Put up the crossbow again to see invisible. It's very important, because getting ambushed by a ghost moth can end my life pretty quickly overall. But with the spire and the toxic radiance, we're good here. So let's have a look at that. It contains shatter, light hands, sticks to snakes. Nothing too great here. My inventory is full again. Okay, let's go to layer 1 and drop these books on the stash before we proceed. I like this little book stash here. Okay, let's head back to the spider nest. Okay. I'm gonna drop one spire, just in case. Just in case something really bad shows up. Alright. Again, let's drop a spire, just in case. I'm really anxious about this run because the last series I blew myself up on episode 4. I don't want to see that happening again. There's some unique robe. I don't like that too much because robes have pretty little to offer, but I still want to ID it. If it was some crazy +10 robe or something like that, I would have still worn it. But no, we're not gonna wear something like that. And there's a new level up. Let's keep pumping up the intelligence, I'd say. And finally my HP are on a triple digit on level 18. Oh, that feels so bad. Playing frail races is always a bit weird for me. So if I stand like this, now I can shoot. Alright, but this +9 dagger is surely doing some work. Pretty surprised. about the damage it puts out. I didn't expect it to do that much work, being just a dagger. But it deals more damage than my electrocution short sword somehow. Somehow it does. Ah, that's okay for me. So spell casting is up to 8. Let's have a look at our spell hunger values here. All Greps has still considerably high spell hunger, and yeah. Look at that. Distressingly furry leather armor. And it offers resistance to negative energy. Less AC, no thank you. +1 is simply not enough. Keep the crossbow up, and that's Spider 3 done. Ah, well, I feel like going for some swamp next will be a lot safer in my opinion. With the Spire, I should be able to tackle everything down here pretty safely. And the 4th level of every rune branch is something special. And I don't feel ready for that right now, to be quite honest. I don't feel like this is going well for this character now. I'm gonna try to at least gather one more level before I go down there. That's the plan here. Some slime creatures. Again, Spire is doing a lot of work here. Alright, we did it. Some ammunition trouble still. And there's a swamp dragon. Tough baddie. But combined with the Spire, no biggie. Alright, so let's head up for the 2nd level here. Come here, worm. I want to kill you. So there's a Hydra. Let's shoot it. And stab it. Perfect. Chances are that Swamp 4 could be easier for me than Spider 4 at this point. Spider 4 tends to feature a lot of ghost moths and emperor scorpions, and these are enemies I can't deal with well right now. So I have Thorn Hunter in my face here, which really troubles me. Thorn Hunters are really dangerous fellas. I feel like, since I can't heal up myself with a heal wounds potion, I feel some might potion might be in order. I don't want to give this thing the chance to shoot me down like that. I don't know if this was real overkill or if it was really if it was a real necessity to do it like that, but I felt a lot better with it. Alright, that's the Book of Power. A lot of good spells in this book. Every blaster caster loves getting a Book of Power in their hands. But for now, I'm not too sure if I will make a lot of use out of it. Let's keep up the Spire and melee these guys. So, overall I have a really good feeling about this. Way better than down in the spider lair, to be quite honest. This is one strategy I can only recommend if you're feeling like you're having trouble in clearing out your areas. This swapping from area to area is a very valuable strategy, because with every single attempt in clearing out these areas, I level up, I gather skill points, I get stronger, While if I would dip into these areas just for just trying to go in one run, well, stuff could go pretty bad for me. So there's another Thorn Hunter. Let's try if I need to Might Potion again, but I feel like this time I should be okay without. I think it'll all depend on how much damage these Thorn Hunters can do for me, can do to me in the beginning of the fight. If I can get them to like 50% HP in one go, I don't need to buff up myself against them, but if they kill me off too quickly, I feel like it's wise to buff myself up here. Hey Spire, help me. There's a bunch of hornets here, but I should be okay. So the shambling mangroves are not too much of a trouble here. The thorn hunters are way more problematic, and there's another one. Damn. I really don't like it that I'm already facing 3 of these guys. Come to me. So let's take it slowly. The problem about Thorn Hunters is their Volley of Thorns skill, which can do a terrible amount of range damage. And they can do a lot of damage on their own as well, without shooting at me, just with their melee attacks. There's an Oklop planned. Oh well. I'll pass for that one now. There's another one. It's an interesting area here. Looks like some walled area to me, and there's another one. Holy. And a mangrove. So, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Let's have a look-see at this thingy. They're susceptible to fire. I do carry around a wand of flame with me, so chances are this thingy will do a lot. But you know what, guys? We're gonna pump in the lamp of fire here. And for some weird reasons, my lightning spire went aggressive on me. I didn't know they actually can do that. So the lightning spire got mad at me because I punched it with the with the lamp of fire. That's funny. Never had that happen before. So there's another mangrove. I want to step here, put down the spire, and let it help me. Just like that. Fighting up to 14. That's a few more HP for me. 1 to be exact. And let's eat some fruit. Get rid of these inventory slots. Cracked down with fruit. Alright, so this was quite a ton of Thorn Hunters for 1 level. 3, have I count right? So there's this little funny shop. I don't have too many flight potions left, but I want to check it out. Island escape shops always feature a lot of goodies, like blinking scrolls and teleportation scrolls and stuff like that, and I really wanted to shop there because I'm sitting on a considerably high amount of gold. Still, how much do I have? 2,000. It's a lot. So let's pump down this alligator. Spriggan Druid. Come here. With Spriggan Druids, it's pretty important not to stand closer in the vicinity of trees, because they can enrage trees with 1 spell. And another thing worth mentioning with these guys is every animal in their vicinity will get a might buff when they die. So take that into account, because when you're surrounded by 2 to 3 hydras or something like that and you punch down a Spriggan Druid, stuff can get really spicy really quickly. Alright. Some of my bolts are getting less and less, but I feel like it's a good investment shooting at this stuff here. Ooh, okay, so this is one bigger fight here. Let's go. And I really want to keep up the spires. I'm not too sure if this fight is a good idea to take. I want to get rid of the Hydra real quickly, because I feel like this Hydra poses the biggest threat in this fight. Next up on the plate is the Komodo, and then I really want to get rid of the Emperors on the Tyrant Leech. But this is not going well. This is not going well at all. So what we're gonna do? I could try a Scroll of Fear. Why not? It's a cheap investment, and I can get rid of the Bog Body here for now. So let's drop another Spire. And that's better here. That's way better. Alright. Whenever wild animals are involved in a fight, Fear Scrolls are a good friend, because most animals feature quite low MR. So I really want to get a Lightning Spire down here. There we go. This is why Lightning Spire is such a powerful spell. For a level 4 spell, it does so much work. Alright, spellcasting's up at 9. I don't know if I really want to skill more than that. I don't feel like it's necessary. Let's drop it, and I want to bring up some translocations, because Passage of Golubria is a very, very good spell, and having it available will help me a lot. Right now I can't cast it safely. Come here. There's a Spriggan Rider. Dangerous fellas. As are these alligators. There's Mara. Damn. Alright. Mara is one of the worst enemies, unique enemies to face. He's basically, or she's basically a Rakshasa from hell. That's how I want to put it. So Swamp 3 is a no-no for now. I can't do shit against Mara. So let's rather try our luck with the Spider 4. I want to magic map this if I have one. The last levels of rune branches are most of the time worth magic mapping in my opinion, because it's a lot safer if you know what you're up against. I feel like that's always true. Blundering accidentally into the rune walls here is a really dangerous thing to happen. And you're not always as lucky as I am here that the final area is closed off with doors or something like that. It's not always the case. Some endings feature open spaces where you just can walk into by accident. And stuff like that can really mess you up hard. But here, these doors are the perfect protection from the horrors in there, because spiders can't open doors. So as long as I keep those doors shut, I'm pretty safe. There's these wolf spiders, and look at this damage. Only 2 of these guys messing me up so hard. And there's a spark wasp, but let's poison this thingy and smack it down. I said I want to smack it down. There we go. Wolf spiders are terrible hard hitters. And even if you're resistant to poison, their poison can do so much damage to you. It's something to keep track of. Alright. I found a scythe. No sane person would wield a scythe. Oh, well, that's not really true, but scythes need an insane investment of skill points to reach mid-melee, and before that they are really not worth wielding. Don't be a fool like Sigmund. So let's go for this fight with the Emperor Scorpion, shall we? Mr. Spire, why don't you shoot? No, it shoots. Good. I'm gonna try some melee with this guy. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I feel like the Spire did 90% of the damage on this dude. Not me, that is. But I'm okay with that. I really don't know if I should enter the final vault in here just like that. These ghost moths are really concerning me, mainly because of their mana drain and my inability to see invisible without the crossbow. This is a very bad combination because shooting with this crossbow at this beast is not the optimal choice, in my opinion. I would prefer to melee them, not to shoot them, but I don't feel like I'm strong enough to tackle down an invisible ghost moth without seeing it. I feel like this would backfire in my face and kill me eventually. So let's creep around here. Translocation's getting somewhere. That's good. How's passage now? 14%. Good, good. Very good. Having blink and passage and swiftness is a very cool combination, because when stuff like that happens, when really bad stuff happens, you can blink away, drop down a passage of Galubria, and turn on swiftness and just cover up large distances to your enemies without giving your enemies too much chances of catching up to you. I mean, the enemies here are damn fast. I don't know if this trick would work down here too. But yeah, we're gonna try still. So let's poison these guys down and let the Spire do the talking to the demonic crawler. So let's have a look. I have 10 scrolls of teleportation on me. That's pretty good. This means if anything goes terribly wrong here, I can still teleport away. That's one of the major things as a Vine Stalker to keep track of, that you can't use heal wound potions at all. This is one of the major drawbacks of this race, but overall I don't feel like it's too terrible. So there's an amulet. I already ruled out harm amulets, didn't I? Yeah, it was on this run. So I can just put it on, and it's a regeneration one. That's nice. I mean, I would prefer reflection or some nice artifact, but regeneration fits into my skill set pretty well. So we're gonna drop down a passage of Galubria. No, not like this, please. This is not working as intended. We're gonna drop it down here. Alright. And there's the first ghost moth and the torpor snail. That's terrible. So I'm gonna make use of my acid wand here. I want to get at least rid of the ghost moth. Let's have a toxic radiance. I got webbed. Dang. This is really bad. Getting webbed in this kind of situation is the last thing you want to happen to you. But the toxic radiance killed off most of them, and now I can back off a bit. Didn't need the Galubria passage for now, but this was This was one really spicy welcoming here. Torpor Snail and the Ghost Moth really gave me the creeps here. So let's drop a Spire. And I want to have a passage up here. Oh, that's a nice one. So it would work like that. I mean, now I used it, but yeah, that's one retreat option here. It's always good to have retreat options in areas like these. I'm confused. It's worth keeping in mind that while confused, your shield bonus gets stripped away. While I'm not having too much shield rating right now, if you're relying on shields for your defenses, like a lot, these spiders here can mess you up really hard, because getting stuck into a web negates your shield. That's one thing. And yeah, getting confused does the same as well. So there's another Ghost Moth. I can't see it if I don't wield the crossbow. That's really obnoxious because I could just backstab it, I think, but it's not gonna happen. Alright, got it down. Let's try to heal up a bit and regenerate our mana. Ghost Moths are especially dangerous for every character which relies on his spell points to kill stuff. The fuck? Okay, so I spawned a Crimson Imp. Why not? And it didn't like me. And there's a Spark Wasp and a Ghost Moth. Alright, so luckily I have these acid ones at my disposal. I'm really happy that I do have them. Poison should do the work here. And I get another Sif gift, but it's a Book of Changes. I already have that. Alright. So my acid wand is almost empty. Let's recharge that. Acid wands are one really good resource for lots of different dangerous enemies. I saved my life so many times with acid wands. They're really good. And there's an Emperor Scorpion, so I want to drag it out of here. It already noticed me, so let's do the Spire tactic. Just keep running and drop spires. Just like that. Well, this doesn't work out. This thing almost takes no damage. But with my regeneration, the Emperor Scorpion doesn't do too much to me either, so it's pretty okay. And running around like that and dropping new spires is a bit lame, but it works out so good against enemies like these. It works so good against enemies that you simply can't kill on your own because you're not having enough armor punch through. That's the basic problem here with the Emperor Scorpions I have. My damage is not high enough to pierce through their armor, so I can't do much to them. There's a Hornet. And there's a Torpor Snail. I'm always happy when they don't team up with other stuff against me. The Torpor Snail on its own is not too dangerous. I mean, it's not harmless. They can dish out a lot of damage, actually. They actually really have a strong melee attack, but it's not as dangerous anymore. So let's try. What'll happen if I just melee this dude? It's not too bad. It's not great, but it's also not too bad. Alright. One bad thing happening here is that Swamp 3 will be pretty dangerous for me to clear out, because Mara, well, Mara is one of those uniques you really gotta handle with care. Because on top of the usual Rakshasa shenanigans he can do, or she, I think it's a she, Mara is the only Rakshasa in game which can create clones of your player character, which means you will kind of like face something like player ghosts from yourself. And this is very, very uncomfortable to say the least. And this thing can clone itself as well too. And there's Arachne. Dang. So Arachne is pretty dangerous and spooky. I mean, look at the skills. It's a lot of poison damage, and Arachne can still punch through your defenses even if you are resistant to poison. So I'm not too sure if I really want to fight this. I already have the rune. It would be pretty obnoxious to just die like that for nothing. And yeah, but I think I can kill Arachne. It's a bunch of XP I want to have, but I don't want to fight Arachne down in this area here due to reasons like that. If this ghost moth joined the fight too while I was fighting Arachne, this would have been really terrible. Oh, I need so many charges. Alright. Hopefully I'll be able to kill this dude off. Alright, so we're gonna drop the Spire. And for this one I feel like pumping in a Might Potion and a Haste Potion is absolutely acceptable. So we're gonna stab this beast down and chunk it. Grab Bite. So who opened this door? Tell me. I didn't. Must have been Arachne. So a new amulet. Let's put this on. It's an amulet of rage. So as interesting as a rage amulet might be, it's not that good for me. I don't want to rely on Berserk. This is a very good spot for fighting this Emperor Scorpion with the Spire, because right here, this Spire will double zap the Scorpion, which is pretty good. So, that's a wand of enslavement. No thank you. Cool. So, we're done with Spider 4. Let's go for Swamp 2. I really want to be careful with this area. But I feel like Swamp 4 should be pretty doable for me. I really just need to avoid Swamp 3 mostly. It's basically the idea here. Maybe later on I can get back and kill off Mara, but well, Mara is one of those uniques where there's a one important lesson in this game. You don't need to kill everything to win the game. And yeah, that's why I tend to let Mara be Mara most of the times. Although it's really obnoxious if this thing is sitting on your rune level, like on level 4 of a branch. It's kind of like a worst case scenario. So what's up with that? I just want to find it downstairs here. That's one. One other thing which will be pretty obnoxious if I do it like that. There's Mara. Alright. Will be that I can't stair dance as safely as I'm used to. Because whenever I head back to Swamp 3, there's a chance that Mara will be sitting in the vicinity and force me to burn a Swirl of Teleportation. Something I don't like too much, but hey, something's got to give, right? So let's magic map this again. So I'm standing right next to the rune thingy. Wow, I just one-shot this swamp dragon. I feel like I really want to pump up some evocation, some stealth along the way. All right, so passage is at 6%. That could be better. And let's cut this corner. Insubstantial wisps are really obnoxious, and there's Louise with only 1% chance of banishing me. And she's wielding an ancient large shield, an evening star of venom. Holy shit. Alright. That's nothing to take lightly. I mean, I want to have these items. This ancient large shield could be awesome for me, but... Well, I feel like this is a good spot to end this episode because I really want to think about the risk of this area and the reward it could prove. And I'm considering going somewhere else first before trying to finish this up because Louise really spooks me. She's very well equipped. Maybe it's smarter to go for Elven Halls 1 or Vaults 1 or something like that to scum a little bit more experience. Anyways, thanks for watching again. I didn't blow myself up on this episode, so there's gonna be at least an episode 5. And I hope you're enjoying your time. I do as well, and I hope you're gonna join in for the next episode. Feel free to leave a comment or a like or any form of feedback is very, very appreciated here. So enjoy your time and see you guys soon. Bye bye.